4, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the North American Season 3 qualifying tournament. We are now into our second NA heat of the day. I'm sorry, I'm a little distracted by the stream now because look at this in the corner. We got the old-ass style Windows versions of X, big and small, but yeah. Sorry, things that catch my eye. League of Legends are being played today. Epik Gamer versus the Hype Beast City Part 4. I'm the FourCourtJester. With me is the L3 IRD. Stream is the word, bro. How you been?
I'm doing well. I just had some dominoes. Like, I finally secured my nourishment, had that homemade pan pizza, and I am ready to go for this. Oh, maybe a little bit too much energy, but hey, it'll happen. Man, Dan, it's finally going to be resurgence of Dan finally coming back into the competitive play. Although taking a good break on shoutcasting and such like that, I'm happy to see him in the jungle, sitting in with actually the Maokai pick. Loving it, because Maokai is a really good jungler for him. Although the Evelyn did get banned, I think Evelyn is actually the really sexy jungle for that sexy man Din.
Well, Amumu ban, Evelyn, Elise. Seen a lot of Elise bans, but predominantly in the EU. Lee Sin, Lulu, Blitzcrank. Blitzcrank kind of feels like more of a solo queue, but you know, a lot of AD taken out of that one. Or, well, I guess you could go Evelyn, AP, as well as Elise. I've seen both. I mean, Wings of Death is on the team, and I have seen him do some pretty crazy things right now.
Picking up that Kha'Zix pick is going to be a great time. Against Fearme, he's probably going to be playing that Olaf, or not that Olaf. Well, actually, it's going to be our Legendary. He's going to be playing that Olaf top over there. Biggest thing is that Cat 8 going to be picking up that Twitch over there. Going to be paired up with the Sona. It's going to have good sustain, but again, laning with the Twitch is like laning by yourself, because literally you don't know when he's going to go disappear. If your AD carry does go disappear and you're all alone by yourself, let's just say you're going to give yourself an extra kill to the AD carry or the support, and unfortunately for not, they do have a really good push lane with that Caitlyn Nunu. Again, seeing that over and over again, this Nunu pick, really solid support play and also really solid blood flow play. We'll see if he's going to take the number 611119. We're going to see if he takes the number JREE and actually never build boots until about the 35-minute mark.
Well, I'm just going to call that guy 69 today, but we have seen Caitlyn and Nunu in the tournament before. They've done some really good laning presence, and then, of course, endgame with that attack speed steroid. Get yourself a nice Phantom Dancer to boot. You're going to be hitting pretty close to that max attack speed, but seeing so many of these names in one room really does kind of bring a tear to my eyes. I mean, Pure Golden Boy, one of the most original and well-known supports. Din back in there. Wings of Death himself, the 20,000-plus streamer. Consistently staggering numbers. The only thing I don't know really too much about is Cat 8.
Yeah, I actually don't know anything about Cat 8 either. Sorry. I mean, truthfully, I might have seen him during solo queue and such like that, but I bet a resident worker, maybe not worker per se, but Tibris could give us a little hint on him. Other than that, Fearme, RF Legendary, I've seen them in solo queue a little bit before. Really good players. I'm liking that. Nerf Hunter 6i9 or 619. I'm guessing it's 619 instead of just 69. San Diego P. It's gonna be playing that Nunu, and Nightmare Cho'Gath Baby Eater. Interesting pick up for that Cho'Gath jungle versus Mandin.
So will not be Wings to Death mid. He will be that top with Kha'Zix, as you said before, up against the Brolaf. Brolaf with the Ghost and Ignite. Other than that, we do got a cleanse on Caitlyn as well. No barriers for most of NA, but as I said, I'm looking at Twitch. He does have that barrier. So going toe-to-toe with Caitlyn could work out well with a barrier bait. You know, it's kind of like those old school heal baits. He does also has Sona in his pocket, so Pure Golden Boy going to be hopefully bringing a lot of heal into that. And there we go, ready to roll. Quality is a little lower than I'd like it, but not much I can do about it at this point. So Epik here on your left, game number 1 up against the Hype Beast City Part 4, effectively known just today as Hype.
Or Hype Beast? Oh, okay, I'm not gonna go be trendy and all that goodness.
Hipster.
Is the sound glitching?
Welcome.
Yep. Oh god, the XSplit is tearing. Why can we not get good streams? But alright, say la vie. Well, we're just gonna have to eat it. Maybe we'll turn it down a little though. It's kind of
Yeah, that's what I just did right now. I'm maybe gonna eat some Pizza Hut right now. Baby eater, not gonna eat anything but a wards scene from the team. Hypebeast. Epik probably could have pushed up early to try to go for in the really early vein, especially with the, well, not Evelyn, but Twitch stealthness. But then again, you do break out stealth once you do get off of that cooldown. So maybe not probably the best idea to do that. And we're gonna see Tizza do the miraculous thing and start up making the plays with this UI scoreboard.
If you could reset the sound, that would be beautiful as well. But hey, I'll take a scoreboard any day of the week. So no invades going down. Of course, we got that spread out defense coming out from the hype. So they're really making sure that they do not get initiated upon. And spread out like that means they're not going to be doing any kind of invades themselves. Don't see a lane swap either really in the cards. So both of our 80 lanes going to be in them bottom lanes. And Mandin setting up, ready to go for his own jungle. Now, Maokai was kind of like the Season 2 superstar jungle. You can do a lot of neat things with a Maokai, including some things detrimental to his own health, like twisted advance into somebody flashing under a tower. Not the best of ideas, but at the same time, you know, he can get in and out of places. Really good for tower dives early on in that twisted maelstrom at the end of days. Vengeful maelstrom, you know, really decent for the team fight damage reduction.
I like the early word out that Epik Gaming did put out for well, for the jungle of Cho'Gath. They're going to try to see if they can capture Cho'Gath right after this Wraith Bush. And if they can pressure Nidalee into that mid, that's going to be a really good spot. But Nidalee putting that trap over there by the entrance of that that red, it's going to be able to at least kind of forewarn what Cho'Gath's going to be doing. And Cho'Gath actually missing off on that ward makes sure that he does not get seen, that he's going to be taking that red right now.
Cat 8 taking a little bit of flack in the bot, but he does have boots and pots. No longsword start for Twitch, but it is going to be a longsword start for Caitlyn. So, you know, into that quick scepter, or we've been seeing some quick cleavers as well. Cat with the flash, but he does get exhausted. Gonna deny him that first blood, but we do got the health potions now taken away on Nerf Hunter, so down goes a few different flashes. Really good initiative there from Cat 8, some decent aggression, but that exhaust life-saving at the end there.
Yeah, exhaust, and on top of that, the cleanse could have been used to get away from that excavate damage, but truthfully, there's nothing else that you can do about Cat 8's damage output. Great stuff by Cat 8, even though getting re-sustained upon by Pure Golden Boy, and we'll see what 6-1-1 or 6L9 can actually do for this bottom lane, because Nunu definitely going to try to push up with Caitlyn on this, but Caitlyn now, without pots, cannot really re-sustain herself. We're going to see if Cat can get another good trade and trade it off really well for the team of Epik Gamer.
No, Fearme getting pushed back a little bit here in the mid. In terms of the last hits, is still going toe-to-toe with Salsi there in the mid, but Baby Eater going down with that rupture. Here comes Fearme as well. Will they be able to grab that first? No, too far under that tower. Could be a kill on top of Golden Boy, but I don't think that Ice Ball is going to be nearly enough, and Caitlyn does back on out of that one as well. So going toe-to-toe most of the lanes, we're seeing the hit points kind of fluctuating pretty wildly, as Legendary going to be pushing down that top on top of Wings.
Yeah, Wings is going to take a little bit, but then again, we're going to see Caitlyn have to go back, especially with no pots. It's going to be built up to a Vampire Scepter. Picks up 3 red pots, 2 blue pots as well, making sure that she has that mana, she has that sustain as well. Sounds like she probably could have just bought a Crystalline Flask, but hey, save with V, and we'll see what'll happen with that. 1924 on the CS score right now. Cat 8 is just pushing little by little up ahead against what Hypebeast Cities 4 can actually do.
Now, a new Caitlyn lane, I mean, it is kind of hard to go early game against that because of that extra movement speed, that extra attack speed. And Caitlyn with the range plus the Piltovers and her 7th shot with some really good trap placement can really just shut down your day. But so far, Cat 8 and Golden Boy have been able to deal with it and even come out ahead. Pretty impressive stuff out of them. You're talking about flasks. We do have 4 flasks in the game, but it's all those top laners. And we were talking about that, I think, back in the NA or the EU scene as well, how flask seems to get more and more popular with that top lane.
Top lane and mid lane, I mean, that's very, very popular. Technically, you even see that in bot lane with the ADC. Actually, more over to the support, because supports used to pick up the Crystalline Flask and then push up the boards as well. But unfortunately, if not, we'll see the backup. Cho'Gath gonna go try to get in onto the Orianna on the mid. Is Sus gonna get out of there, or is Cho'Gath actually waiting for that blue buff to respawn? I mean, I guess he does know that it's coming up in 2 minutes, but that's kind of 2 minutes a little bit later.
Not exactly, you know, a flick of the wrist or anything. 2 minutes is going to be a long time just to sit there. It's a possible disconnect. He's really not moving. Okay, there we go. Showing signs of life. He might come in here on top of Salsi, but Salsi able to poke down Firmi a little bit. It would be really a big stretch, I think, to get a first blood in his current position. He does have that flash ready to go. Pure Golden Boy, however, down south is going to use up that last health potion. We do got the poison vial going down on top of Nerf, looking for that expunge, but we don't have the spray and pray quite yet. Now, Wings did go back to town. He has the double longsword, so he's going to go for a quick brutalize. The same idea with Olaf. He did head back, but he's going for a Kindle gem. So, well, I mean, it's Wings of Death. We're going to have to trust him on this one.
It's Brutalizer and it's going to be Black Cleaver. I mean, that's the only way really to go with Kha'Zix right now. You could go for early sustain with that Vampire Acceptor and you go from there. But truthfully, you want to build up 80 damage and build up in there. But with RF going to have the cooldown reduction on there, she's going to throw some more axes, going to throw some more Reckless Swings / Lightning Bolts. And unfortunately for that, he's going to bring out more damage. And Kha'Zix right now, 31 to 43, is falling a little bit behind on this Olaf.
But we do got that gank going up top, and you can see Mandin just kind of chasing off Olaf. I thought maybe it was just give Wings a little bit of farming pillow, but fortunately the creeps are just not in his favor. So he is going to get pushed up, but they do have a ward there, so it should not be in any kind of danger of getting ganked. And Mandin going to be heading straight for that blue. Now, Maokai has the option of keeping it for himself or giving it off to that Orianna.
Probably going to actually take it to Orianna and give it as a sauce. Our Legendary taking a little bit too much damage on turn back, so Man's going to have to just maybe go back up the top, or he's just going to take it to the Wolves and just wait up for Kha'Zix to actually come back into play. Level 6 of Kha'Zix, we're going to probably see the Void Spikes being used and actually going to be used for the upgrade, or probably the leap ability. I mean, those are the 1 or 2 things that they will actually upgrade for any Kha'Zix, literally. But usually you do see your Void Spikes being upgraded just because, again, more harass, more free procs of your slow passive, plus on top of that, your damage passive being a lone zone is a very good thing for any Kha'Zix.
Cat 8 taking a pretty sizable lead in the creeps bottom lane, as it does look like Nunu headed back to town. Caitlyn just back through the tower, and she's going to hit town as well. It does have that Vamp Scepter ready to go. No boots. Okay, there we go. Tier 2 boots. I was going to say, is she going to pick up a few Dorans maybe, but bottom lane here for Epic Gamer is going to head on back as well. First item for our Twitch. He's thinking, doesn't know what he wants. Maybe he's waiting for a little bit of gold. Could you go for an early BF sword? Yeah, early BF sword. Yeah. And a long sword after that with a few potions. So, yeah, coming out ahead a little bit in that terms of the damage, because we don't have any damage right now on Caitlyn.
It's going to be about 1.16 on the gold for Mr. Twitch to actually pick up. And I don't know if Cat 8's going to actually go right straight to a Bloodthirster. I mean, yeah, Bloodthirster. Usually you see a lot of attack speed being built on Twitch before, until they build in their first 80 attack at them. But Bloodthirster is going to be working out pretty well. Wings did actually pick up the Void Spikes upgrade, so we'll see that come into play really soon. Great Pink Ward are going to deny the vision. Pure Golden Boy cannot take away that vision over Tribush. And unfortunately for now, Maokai can't really go anywhere in that jungle. Technically, both junglers haven't really done anything. Baby Eater has been just eating up their own jungles. Maokai's tried to make plagues, but he hasn't been there at the right time.
Well, we've paid some attention to top, we've paid some attention to mid. Bottoms, however, so far kind of just been on its own. You can see the Reckless swings coming down from Legendary on top of Wings, and he's dropping a little bit too low, but those upgrades just, God, the Mecha Kha'Zix skin is just so good. But in terms of the creeps, again, sizable lead is now expanding for Cat. He's hitting about the 20 creep lead, but down 10 for Wings, and the mid basically on par, about 3 each. So, I mean, we could have this lane gank going up top. We also have this lane gank coming down bottom. Not entirely too sure which one will actually hit Paydirt.
Probably not either, but more unfortunately it would be the top lane. Unfortunate for now, our Legendary does that, but I want to say that Pure Golden Boy is going to be taken down so fast. Great flash out. Unfortunately for not, still ace in the hole to be able to pick up that Carol. Nerf Hunter, you're going to get the first one, and great poison damage coming from 619 onto 619. Cat 8 picking up that kill. No problem indeed.
Yeah, we had the spray and pray, and he got off that poison, got the expunge, but I think it was actually the poison that took down the Nunu. And I was like, he could definitely stand in front of that bullet and save his Sona, but he'd rather just trade it out. Unfortunately, they did not get first blood. Mandin's gank top does not look like it yielded any fruit either, but he is able to counter a little bit since he did see Cho'Gath bottom. So Cho'Gath's going to be able to swoop in there, reset that timer. Cat 8 trying to go toe-to-toe with Caitlyn. Caitlyn is going to back on out of that one. Probably the smarter of moves considering BF Sword and Longsword versus just Vamp Scepter. But still, 1-1. Basically, the kills going down at the same time. A little bit of a gold lead for Epic Gamer, and you got to give that to their CSing.
Yeah, Sauce gonna go getting Jade's upon, but Baby Eater missing out on that Rupture means that the gank is not gonna happen in Hype Beast City 4. Gonna try to keep it up. RF Legendary 83 to 73 on the CS score. Keeping up with Kha'Zix. Kha'Zix is gonna try to fight Red again, but again, you don't want to fight Kha'Zix out in the open. That's why RF Legendary kind of stayed with the minions and then took a little bit too many shots, but it's okay. Wings of Death will have to go back pretty soon. Fear Me doing some good push up over that mid. Then try to take it down, but Sauce is coming right back in. Maokai /Mandin is just going to be able to cover that over there. And we'll see the backup with the team of Hypebeast City number 4.
Now with that Orianna, she does have herself that Chalice, so it's probably going to be a very standard Athene's Unholy Grail, and we do see that quite a bit in these mage mid matchups. Not so much maybe anymore against the AD Bruisers, but that is an AP Nidalee. She does have the tier as well as the blasting ones, the tier 1 boots on top of that. Not exactly upgraded, but we do have Sork on Orianna. So in terms of like the raw damage going back and forth, kind of feel like Orianna should be able to sustain a little bit better because of the mana regen as well as the penetration. But, I mean, Nidalee can also heal up, and that's a big factor.
And Nidalee here on top of that, just the damage output, because he does have that Tear the Goddess, he's only bringing in a little bit more of anything, his skill abilities, because he's not going to run out of mana as fast as, well, technically Orianna will, so there you go with that. Baby Eater going to come in for this bottom lane gank, a little bit of trade-off over there for Sauce and Fear Me, but here we go, Fear Golden Boy going to be caught up again. I don't think this time he can flash out of it, and it is going to be Caitlyn going to be taking out that kill onto Pure Golden Boy.
Yeah, unfortunately no trade as of yet. Does not look like it'll be enough to take down Nunu. Cat under the tower, can get really low, and there's the ace in the hole. Really well played there by the Nerf Hunter. They take the 2-for-0 exchange, and again, very similar thing. The lane gank comes in, we get that Rupture off, and the absolute 0 going down. Really well played from that bottom lane combo.
Yeah, Fear Me did a really good job over there to rotate, but I mean, overall, it was just Nerf Hunter just making sure that he gets the kill, and that great secureness with that Baby Eater was the greatness of the day.
So Wings is forsaking boots, forsaking any kind of protection. He should have enough in the bank when he does go back to town to pick up that really quick cleaver, but you know, it's going to be a spear here from Fear Me on top of Salsi. Does not seem to mind too much. Tower damage is going to start mounting. We should see a first tower going down fairly soon because top is pushed in, mid's pushed in, and bottom unfortunately pushed in for the Hype City. Not exactly for the Epic Gamer, but you know, still pretty much tied up, about 100 gold between the two teams.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing is, yeah, the CS that you alluded to from before. It's still pretty good for Epic, so Epic should be fine. Golden Boy is going to get caught out yet again with 619, then you go clear out some more to that again, and that is a really good support right there, making sure that he clears out so many wards. He's gotten at least 3 or 4 from 2 pinks right over there. So good from the team of Hypebeast City number 4.
Yeah, pink wards are still pretty powerful. Not so much, we don't really see those early oracles anymore now that there's actually an actual limit on it. It seems to be more of a mid to late game item, but you know, the power of Nunu and Caitlyn really coming through. 3-for-0, in fact all 3 kills landing on top of the Nerf Herder. Well, that's not the Nerf Hunter, Nerf Herder. And he has almost matched up in terms of the items against the Twitch. He's a little bit behind on that Bloodthirster, but he also has that Doran's on top of things and a Flask.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if he is a Nerf Herder, then he should be hunting for Nerfs as well. So, I mean, it works out the same way, no? Or, no, probably not. The greatest thing that actually happened with all 3 kills is actually the 3 assists that he brought up with Cho'Gath. Great shockwave coming on Fear Me getting caught out. Mandin is going to try to re-engage upon it. It is pretty low, and Saw's now going to be turned upon. Going to get feast upon, but Saw's with that shield is going to be able to be saved out. And actually, they're going to go back to the bottom. Looking at that, it's in their bubble. But Fear Me going to go on Mandin. Mandin's going to be taking a lot of damage, and Sauce does not have any other abilities bought that shield to just make Mandan barely survive.
There's no hit points on any of the Epik gamers, man. I was thinking maybe the Ignite going to be grabbing it, but talking about bottom lane, that Crescendo not going to be hitting anyone. A good flash out, counter flash coming out from Cat 8, looking for the kill on top of 69. Spray and pay going off with the expunge. He's going to be able to take down 69. That's going to put the second kill for the Epik gamers on the board. But because mid did get rebuffed, their tower actually could be in danger of going down. Nidalee has not moved from that position in a while, although we do have Cho'Gath circling bottom. We could see that repeat double kill coming down bot, but we don't have a Nunu with an absolute 0 ready for it. And there goes that mid tower.
Yeah, unfortunately for that, mid tower going to be going, or bottom tower going to be going down, and we do see Cat 8 going to be backing away. Bloodthirster being built, are going to go right into that Phantom Dancer and build it up just a little bit more for his favor. Actually, just saying going to stay in line. Actually, interesting to see that. Going to try to go snipe onto this Caitlyn, and this is the danger of a Twitch. Twitch late game, I mean, super late game is just godly, but his late game right now is just really good. I mean, he could definitely insta-give that nerf herder if she is pretty much all alone by herself. Sauce right now 146 compared to 138. None of the mid lanes really have done too much other than try to defend against each other's ultimate slash all the damage output, and greatly, you know, Sauce is just a little bit ahead. I mean, Sauce was regarded as one of the best mid laners in the game for NA at least. We'll see if he can live up to that hype and you know, beat out the hype beast city.
2-3. Salsa, he hasn't dropped yet. 0-0-0 actually predominant amongst the scores here for many players throughout the game. But we have a pickaxe on Nerf Herder, so he is going to go for an Infinity Edge rather than finishing up for a Bloodthirst. So just going to use that Vamp Scepter and the Dorns for that extra lifesteal. And with this attack speed, my goodness, just able to clear out these lanes. Ace in the hole going to come out. Sona, I think, did block it. Yes, he did. Cat 8 going to just clear out some of these waves. Now, Cat 8 still about 20 creeps ahead, and Kha'Zix actually up top has wrestled away that lead from our Olaf. He's now 10 ahead. So every lane across the board, except maybe Nunu, but we're going to discount him for now, is actually out CSing their counterparts. And despite that 1 kill and tower lead, really not that much difference in terms of the gold.
No, it's definitely not too much different in the gold because of the CS lead. We'll see if the plans are going to be letting stayed, and then mid game about to start up again. Really passive slash not truly passive, but just a lot of things that can be taken advantage of for either team. And the difference between an EU game and an NA game, this is kind of the things that you see from their legendary going to use that Ghost. Ragnarok going to be fucked up, but again, does not have to take an actually take that down. And another turret going down this time. It's going to be Hype Beast City going to be able to take out that turret.
Now, Wings of Death is still kind of locked in these duels with Legendary top lane, but because of the pressure bottom, Dragon is now going to Cho'Gath, as he did do a nice feast on top of it at the end, throwing down the Smite as well. With a Cho'Gath and a Smite, they also got a Nunu on that. I don't really foresee any kind of big monster steals coming out from Epik.
Yeah, unfortunately for that, and that is going to be a take for the team of Hype Beast City, now going to be up 2k gold right now. We're going to see some item builds going to be coming into play. Caitlyn probably going to be building up to Infinity Edge, Nunu building up into more supportage of items. I would say about Aegis or something like that. We do see the Olaf getting into more CDR, but it also has a Giant Spell. So he's going to probably build into, I would believe, going to be Warmogs, because he does have the Rune Crystal, and it's probably going to be Warmogs right now, like I just said.
Yeah, good call there, Mr. Bird. He does have that Kindle Gem, of course, the Ninja Talby going down as well, trying to mitigate a lot of this damage. But with that Black Cleaver, I mean, Kha'Zix over time should be able to deal some really good counter damage on top of those reckless swings that he is going to have to eat. He does also now have himself a Vamp Scepter, so I'm curious to see if we're going to see ourselves Hydra a little bit later. But in Wings we trust, we'll leave it for now. Fear Me in the mid, going up against Salsage, just kind of rebuffing that. Shockwave is going to come out as well. The Ignite's a little bit of a fight, and Salsage is clear winner in that one. Lots of health left, and that should be the tower. Yeah, and there it goes. That one canyon minion just able to do Salsage's work for him.
Both tier 1 turrets in the mid and bottom, both down for both teams. So it's taking a little bit of advantage of his counterpart right now. Going to be now a bigger advantage, but Nidalee going to be picking up. Well, she has Iron and Boots, but on top of that, now picking up that Death Cap. It's going to be really good. Legendary going in on Wings. Wings going to have to use that Void Assault to get away from the damage output that Legendary could bring up into it.
And is using the second rock for, well, he can, so he does. Wings so far, I mean, he's kind of been stuck at his tower this entire game. Every time they do push out, he goes back to town, and then all of a sudden he's right back at his tower. So let's see what he and Mandin can do for this lane gank. Unfortunately, I think he has been seen. Legendary kind of just backing off, really making sure that he doesn't get initiated upon. But still, Wings of Death leading that CS. Still, gotta say those Void Spikes, really good for clearing out the caster minions.
Yeah, by the time you get to about level 5 of Void Spike / about level 13 in general, you can clear the caster minions with no one shot, even if you try to miss it out. But the front minions / the melee minions, you're not going to really have so much fun. Cat 8 going to be a gate spawn by Nerf Herder. Nerf Herder, is he going to get out of here? Going to see this Crescendo go off. Crescendo is going to go really responded by that cleanse. Is Nerf Herder going to be kicking down? It is going to be a lot of poison damage. Can he get the expunge down? And expunge was used up, but we do see the heal up from that in Italy.
Oh man, so close, but yet so far. Cat 8 is really trying in this bot lane. He has himself another BF sword on top of a Zeal, so a little bit of movement speed. You saw him, of course, maneuvering through his invisibility to try to grab those kills, but still, that's why you take Cleanse on an ADC against things like Twitch, against things like Maokai, as well as the Kha'Zix. I mean, it's just going to be that much more useful. Now, we do have the barrier still ready to go on top of Twitch, so he might have been able to do a little bit more pushing on that, but still, with an Italy there and those heals, plus you can do an extreme amount of burst with their AP combo, yeah, I think it was a better idea just to not chase it.
Yeah, I mean, he could have gotten stealth even again after about 2 or 3 more seconds to be really held up on it. But again, you don't really try to go for kills. I mean, you do go for kills on Twitch, but you really want to get that farm. You want to just get your items because, again, late game Twitch is just so much damage with that spray and pray. On top of it, just a lot of extra damage with expunge on top. Just really good stuff. Legendary going against Wings. Wings just taking the better brunt of it. CDR plus on top of that, those lightning bolts, some really good reckless swings coming into play. So unfortunately for Night Wings, is just going to keep on taking that damage. Although dealing some damage back to RF Legendary, it's just not going to be very helpful when he just heals it all back up with some vicious strikes.
Did that poison actually hit? I think it did, but it will not be a kill on top of Fear, and throwing out that spear, barely missing Twitch as is. Now, we are at 23 minutes into the game. Still, we have some creep scores over the 200 mark, so once again, the mechanics and mid as well as bot able to really get a lot of these last hits. We're about to hit 200 as well on Wings of Death, so it's primarily been a farming game. We got 6 kills on the board, and again, gold looking extremely even as we have now evened up the towers. Really the only differences here is a dragon, but still 100 gold being accounted for simply because of those CSing from Team Epik.
Yep, and we do see Epik's going to try to push up on this top turret, no problem. Wings is going to go meet up Spear in his face, and actually Wings has to go back away. Our Legendary is going to get in, and there the Ace in the Hole is going to go and fear me. So he's going to get met by Mandin. Mandin, is he going to get it all down? Our Legendary is going to have to use that Ragnarok to back away, and this is going to call the retreat for Hype City. Can they get out of here? We will see.
That was a good shockwave. That should be the kill for the Cat 8. Oh, not the double, but Southsea able to pick it up. A return spear going to be tanked up by the tree. But that shockwave really sealed the deal for that nice double. So what looked like an all-in on top of Wings, I mean, they did spend quite a bit trying to get him down, but he did not go quietly. It ended up being a double for Epik and the blue for Southsea. So no steals there, really shutting down the Hype City push.
Yeah, Hype City is actually doing a pretty good job overall, but we'll see if Salsa can actually make it a little payment for our Legendary to kind of back away a little lazily over there. Great job by the team of Epik Gamers though, getting these 2 kills, getting 1 for Twitch and 1 for Salsa, and that's all you really need for the team. You want to get those 2 really fed up, and I mean technically you want to get Wings actually fed up as well, but unfortunately for not, he's just going to have a good day with his 1 assist and 206 creeps.
206 creeps, 1 assist. A lot of 0 deaths on the board as well. 5 players here have yet to die, and it is only a 2-kill advantage, but it will accelerate the gold up to about 1,000. That's probably about the biggest we've had so far between him. Cat 8 versus the Nerf Herder, and Cat 8 with the barrier. As I said, a little bit of a barrier bait going on. He's able to shut down Caitlyn. That will be her first death, but she's going to go back to town, pick herself up that cloak, so we will see a Phantom Dancer in fairly short order for her.
Yeah, the Phantom Dancer is going to be on both actual AD carries, but truthfully, it's going to be probably Infinity Edge right now for Cat 8 right now. 4-1, picked up 2 kills, going to be picking up some more items. I would say Phantom Dancer would be the better go, but then again, I would say also Twitch could do anything. Could do anything literally, especially with that blood ball. And we put, sorry, not blood ball, but we put on top of him just to sustain that pure golden boy is going to be given to him.
Well, this should equalize out the dragons. No steel going to come down, but Cat will be hitting. Will be hit by that spear. Some really good spears coming out from our Nidalee player. She does have herself that death cap as well as the cooldown reduction. Golden Boy with the dodge at the end. Good to see. He still has another blasting wand ready to go and still filling up that tier. With the tier, are we going to see like a Seraph later on?
I mean, tier the guys could build in the Seraph, could actually build into Mana Mune to Mirror Mana. I mean, that could add in more banish damage. I mean, you see that actually with Riot sometimes you actually need to push a little bit harder, which is kind of sad, but I mean, it's true. His mod effects are pretty weak, so that could be a little play from there. I feel like, yeah, we're going to see Surf Embrace. We're going to see it pretty much come into play really soon.
Top tower is kind of on its last knees. Wings has really brought that lane back around. Still has only the tier 1 boots, but not that uncommon these days. Has a Bloodthirster though, so I guess we're not going to be seeing a Hydra as much as I really wanted to. But double Bloodthirster from our top and our bot. Do have that Infinity Edge now on Twitch as well, so he's going to be hitting like a truck. Rabadon with the Fiends for our Orianna in the mid, 201 on her. And our jungler has himself that upgraded, I think that's the Ancient Golem with the Ninja Tabby.
Yeah, I mean, it could be the Ancient Golem that's going to give him that extra tenacity on there. And yeah, Fearme's going to be pushing up with the team right now. I mean, yeah, I said Mirror Mana shouldn't be a possibility, but again, Mirror Mana and Surf Embrace are the two things that could be really built up into our Archangel staff as well. Looking at the other item builds, Emblem Valley going to be built up with Pendant with a...
With the magic resistance, it's likely to be that Aegis.
Yeah, probably. I would think Aegis would be a good play for that, and especially mitigating some of that Orianna damage. That's really good over there. Or Orianna does have a death cap, but on top of that, also building up to, I think, the Holy Grail. It's gonna be really sexy coming into the next parts of it, because all Sauce has to do is build more damage, and more damage means that there's gonna be more time for him to just wreak havoc for the team of Hypebeast City. So Epik Gamer, they're in a really good position, 3k up right now. They're going to try to go pressure some red buffs. They're going to see Fear Me in the jungle. They're going to try to catch up to the team of Hypebeast City.
Alright, Mandin going on top of Legendary, but we are going to get the Ragnarok out. Silence going down on top of the Mandin. Crescendo, however, we do got some damage coming out from the Twitch. Look at him just bringing down that Nunu. Baby Eater is going to be dropping as well, so another kill for the Epik. Wings just going man mode right on into there. Legendary is still there. Another spear going down on top of Cat A, but Legendary is going to be dropping Cat A with the kill, and Wings of Death just throwing out that last amount of harass. So a nice 2-0 exchange. We got 3 people flashing red for the Epik Gamer and 2 of the remainers on Hype City, so I don't foresee another exchange, but I'm not too sure that they actually have the hit points to grab a Baron. That's a little unfortunate for Epik Gamer.
That's okay. I mean, they definitely wanted that trade-off right there, and they picked up another 2 kills to be able to just buy up and get more items and then just keep on pushing up ahead. Wings almost died out from there. This is a really precarious jump in to all 4 members of the team of Hypebeast City. Again, Kazakhs, all good damage when you're a lone target. If you're grouped up together, it does get mitigated just a little bit, so unfortunately for not. Group up together, win games if you want to go play against the Kazakhs.
Kazakhs now could be a Last Whisper. I'm banking on a Last Whisper for him, still ignoring the tier 2 boots, but again, you know, I've seen Wings do this all the way at 30-40 minutes, still only the tier 1 boots, and we saw that on EU today as well on our support Nunu. Speaking of Nunu though, he does have himself that Aegis. It's really the only thing that Emblem will go into, as I don't think we ever see a banner command these days.
Definitely, American Man has not been really built up in there, so Aegis being built out right there. I'm pretty sure Nuke Bulwark is going to be one of the things that Nunu's going to build up to. I feel like he also needs to build up into a Merc Treads or something and make some of this damage up with what the APs are doing, but on top of that, there's a lot of shred coming out from the ADs, so I don't know. I don't know what Mr. Nunu is going to have to build into, truthfully, because I feel like he kind of stuck in both ways, because literally both ways it's not going to be really good for himself. Manamune, I mean not Manamune, Seraph's Embrace actually being built up for Fear Me. So Fear Me's gonna have this shield coming into play. Don't know if he's gonna use it really wisely. I feel like his damage output with these spears coming up, it's gonna be good. So I mean, if they can actually get in a position where they can poke down Epik Gamer, then it'll be good. But if Epik Gamer just keeps pushing just like this, there's spears, there's everything. It's not gonna happen for the team of Hype City.
30 minutes now passing on the clock. 8-3, 281 creeps, the current creep leader, and it's going to be that Salse. And he's still looking to complete his next item. Doesn't quite have it yet, but I did notice the Seraph, and Seraph, I mean, that shield could be, hit or miss. Again, like barrier baiting, like heal baiting, just popping it when you think maybe your enemy has that advantage, turn it right back on top of them. But we haven't actually seen a kill come out from Nidalee as well. She's sitting at 0-1-0. In fact, the only people still left kind of immortal at this point is the 3 members of Epik Gamer.
Yeah, I mean, Epic's been playing that out really well. I mean, Twitch has been out there. I mean, it's pretty hard to go 0 out on that Twitch, so unfortunately for that, Twitch did pick up 1 still. And Sona was the predator of those ganks that happened at bottom lane for Baby Eater. So Baby Eater did pick up those 2 kills pretty much for that bottom lane. But unfortunately for not, there's nothing really happening for Bay City to the point that they built 3 Ages of Legion on the team. Don't think that really stacks up together. Unfortunately for that, Epik Gamer is going to get more and more ahead, little by little. Hype City actually put up a really good fight in the beginning and feel like they can still win this game out. It's just that they have to get their heads back in this game all together and be ready to go.
The triple Aegis does seem like a little bit of an oversight. I know double Aegis will stack for the wearers, but not exactly for anyone else. But triple Aegis, I guess, just extends the double Aegis bonus? Unless they did fix that with Season 3. I hadn't heard that they actually fixed that. In fact, I actually heard that Runic and Aegis at some point also stacked. I don't actually have it confirmed if it still does, but a Runic and an Aegis stacking together is like, what, 350 MR and 70 armor for the entire team?
Yeah, it doesn't stack.
It used to.
It used to, but it doesn't stack. Yeah, we'll see what'll happen. I'm unfortunate for that little mistake. Do see Ace and Holo coming into play, so they're shielding a little bit late. They're going to probably put a lot of hurt onto the second middle turret, but I think it's more importantly because RF Legendary is probably going to split pushing by himself, so he's going to try to get to other things. Hopefully for that Aegis to actually be useful and be effective, but overall, they need that magic mitigation right now. That magic resist would be very helpful for Salsa's engage and technically for Dan's damage as well. But a lot of the damage and a lot of the big damage output is Cat A with the Infinity Edge and that Bloodthirster.
Yeah, he also has that Phantom to go with it as well. Same here with the Caitlyn, although not exactly a thirster for her. She does have the Vamp Scepter as well as the Dorn, but she's had it forever, so she may be falling a little bit behind in terms of the gold. Almost feel like that we're going more of a defensive style all of a sudden with Hype and just relying upon the spears just to try to poke them down. I mean, we saw all the damage landing on top of Wings. They did have a nice 5 versus 4 window there for about 30 seconds that they could have exploited, but I think they're scared.
Yeah, they're a little bit scared, but then again, I think this is the time that Wings is actually going to have to step up as an initiator, just because he has probably the easiest of close gaps over there, but unfortunately for that, another big damage. Ace in the hole going to be used up as being blocked out for Sona, because Sona did take pretty much 50% of her life just from 1 spear.
As I said, it looks like they're going more into the poke mode. Man, Din going to go straight on in on top of Nerf Herder, but with that, net just really brings them too far back. Legendary able to get into the back line, takes out Salsi. We got an absolute 0 going down. Will not really hit anybody at all, but low hit points across the board. Baby Eater is going to be dropping. Cat 8, there goes the Kazakhs into things as well. He's going to be able to pick up the double kill. Caitlyn and Nidalee going to be dropping the triple kill for Wings, and he goes clutch, helping get that ace. Double, I think, for Cat, triple for the Kazakh, and they're going to go straight to Baron.
Oh my gosh, one more actual hit from Untrap would be a bad thing for Warrington and actually pure Golden Blade, but they're going to be staying it up. Great Vengeful Maelstrom would be mitigating a lot of damage Baron's going to be doing, and Epik Gamer's going to take a really easy Baron at the 35-minute go. Feel like for the first game, we can say, or for the first time, we can say, Epic's in a pretty well lead.
That was a really good amalgamation of damage right there. And Mandin actually ended up doing the initiating, but with that net, I mean, he kind of got a little bit farther than he wanted to be, but they still couldn't burst him down. He does have a Randuin's Omen now to go with that Spirit of the Ancient Golem. Of course, he did already have the boots, but 009 Mandin, he dropped so low that round, didn't die. Big kudos to him right there.
Yeah, unfortunately for not, I bet Sauce wanted to actually use the shockwave, but unfortunately, yeah, it reset it on him, so it didn't really do too much to really help him when, well, I mean, Sauce tried to stay alive and didn't really want to use his ultimate there, so he's going to keep it up and going to keep it up for the next engagement. Baron Tech going to be helping the team go up 10k gold for the team of Epik Gamer, and Epik Gamer not going to be pushed in, not for the win because they could still lose it out, but definitely going to be pushing up and trying to go against this PokeComp, which technically has a chance to win out, but then again, we will never know. We will never know if that's going to be actually true until Hypebeast can get a little bit of hype.
404 on the Kazakhs, 311 creeps to his name, 327 on Southsea. So we've slowed down a little bit in terms of the creeping, but we don't have anyone in the 300s at all for hype. Closest we got is 295 on that Caitlyn. Caitlyn now with the BF sword, maybe looking to grab that Bloodthirster, but we do have the Last Whisper and I think the beginnings of a Guardian Angel on Twitch. Twitch, other than that first death, like way back when, 714 since. He's gone pretty big as well.
I mean, late game Twitch, what can you do? I mean, all the damage output is always still going to be coming on, and there's so many more targets that are actually going to be in the front line, especially since Mandin's going to go starting out with that Vengeful Maelstrom, no matter who is going to be the target, so it's just hard to get back into the back line. And I mean, Sauce is kind of positioned a little bit bad, but you know, Wings, Sauce, and Mandin are doing their job actually being the front line. Asuna is really protecting that Twitch, making sure that Cat 8 can get out the most optimal amount of damage onto the team of Hypebeast City 4.
Now the first to finish up the Runic is actually going to be Olaf. Not who I thought it would be, but you know, that's how it's going to be for now. We still have that Kindle Gem on there. No Shirelia's in sight for either team really, but we do have ourselves a Lock of the Iron Solari on top of Sona, so if we boost that in, put the ball on top of Dan Din and he goes right in, we could have a really nice setup with the Shockwave combo for a crescendo for Wings of Death to jump into there, and of course that Poison Vial and Spray and Pray. I mean, if we can get them all stacked up like that, it's like a dream come true for the Epik Gamer. But either way, with this Baron able to push down that tower, look at Cat 8 still throwing pot shots on top of that tower inhibitor. So this could be dangerous. If we lose out this fight, it will be an inhibitor against Hype City.
One of the biggest things that, well, we saw that 80 Katarina, or 80 Kazakhs can be using, just going to be putting all their spot shots with the Void Spikes, and truthfully, that's just a big thing. Shockwave actually being used up right now. Mandin's going to try to go on RF Legendary, Ragnarok going to be OP. I think this is going to be the backup because Shockwave's already been used, there's no more real ultimates coming in, but Wings could go in for a Feast Fest. We'll see if that's going to be happening really soon. We're going to see the ultimate from Caitlyn going to be used into the hole just to try to deflect the team of Epik Gamer off the turret.
Kind of felt like a half-assed engage, but hey, they're going to get the tower out of it. Baby Eater going to be dropping as well. The crescendo going out. Could be the kill on top of Nunu. He does drop to Southsea. Legendary going to go down as well. Cat 8 with the help of Wings, and well, as I said, you get that first kill, and that is going to be the inhibitor. Now, are they going to push in for the win? Does not look like they're that interested in it. We do got a massive creep pull on that top lane that did take down the tower during all of that, and bottom lane also starting to suffer out as well. But 13,000 gold, 16-4. Epik is looking in good shape to take game number 1.
Yeah, I mean, Kazakh came and got some good harass, but ultimately it was just Sauce getting some damage on top of it. But the turret went down, everyone was still power gripped up. There was a little bit more time with that Baron, and it really helped out the team say, well, we can get engaged and might lose somebody, which actually, I don't think they actually lost anyone. So good job overall from Epik Gamer. Deciding when to go, even though their ultimates were down. It was pretty unexpected for IPs to actually try to defend all against that, and there you go. It was some good stuff from Epik Gamer, making some great decision making.
With that Maw of Malmortias, we're actually going to be passing the 400 physical damage mark on top of Kazakhs, and on top of that, you know, he does have that Last Whisper and a Cleaver, so 4 stacks on that, and yeah, with over 400 attack damage slamming you in the face, that is going to hurt.
Yeah, that definitely hurt. But we'll see what the team Hype City can do. Like, I don't think there's too much of anything else they can do, and I really still am surprised. Why did they still have 2 Aegises online? They might as well just trade out for like a random wins or something and didn't mitigate. Some of this damage is coming up from Kha'Zix/Twitch. I mean, yes, Frozen Heart's nice, but truthfully, you need a little bit more. Random wins is such a great tool, especially if you can get Sugargraph in to the team a little bit farther in, but then again, a lot of the damage output from the front line is just so tremendous that you really can't take care of it.
Guardian Angel picked up by the Twitch. The differences between the 2 ADCs is pretty evident at this point. We do got that Bloodthirster now on Caitlyn, so I think she's rocking a little under 300 auto attack damage, but you know, again, Kha'Zix just going really big with that one. But Cat 8, you know, he should be in and around a comparable number, if not higher, because he does have that last Whispers, so the calculated damage will be just that much higher as well. And it will go off great with the whole Wings of Death applying all the Black Cleavers, but a little bit of engage under the tower. Mandan is going to drop a little under half. Should have the tankiness for it. Throwing out the ace in the hole, just really trying to dissuade a fight at this bottom tower.
Yeah, they're gonna actually get the wish and actually gonna back away. RF Legendary, is they actually gonna chase onto this? I don't think this is smart as the Sauce is running off on the side. Wings actually missing off on the voice spikes. We're gonna see the backup of the team of Epik Gamer. Epic's gonna go time out that Baron. Probably a minute 30 left, about a minute left. They're going right towards to that area. Probably gonna try to take out the red buff of Hype City, while Hype City has to defend the turret, defend everything that is in the middle / everything that is in their own base.
There are a lot of traps and wards out on the map. I mean, Nidalee throwing down a lot of those traps. There's that Baron, so less than that minute you're looking at. But a lot of wards also on the map. You know, it's kind of chicken pox. But it's good to see that kind of coverage because it means that we should have some decent notice on when things like when Baron is up, things when blue and red, and you can see already Hype City kind of congregating in and around that Baron area because they do know it's up, or at least they have a strong suspicion. You got a ping down on top of it, throwing down that snowman ward. Sona's the only one there right now, but Mandan does have the oracles, so we will see a bit of a Baron dance next minute or so.
Yeah, I mean the Baron dance is going to be over there, but the problem is the bottom lane inhibitor is going to be pressured upon, and this is a great idea from Epik Gamer. They're going to try to force this Baron to make sure that Hype City has to respond to this, while the bottom lane inhibitor is actually going to be taken upon.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have those, we have those super creeps mid as well. Crescendo going down on top of the Mandan initiation. Didn't see the shockwave quite yet. He does have a shield on him. There's the shockwave looking at Baby Eater, but Wings is going to be able to take down that Olaf. Jumping in for the double, looking for the triple on top of Firmi, forcing out that flash, but it will not be enough to defeat the twisted advance from Mandan. The triple kill for Wings coming out as well, looking for that Quadra on top of Nerf Herder is almost there, but look at the micro out of Nerf Herder, able to take down Wings. That's his first death, but it does not matter. The GG well played and the surrender vote, 20-5 as your end score and 15,000 gold difference, Bird. I liked that kind of twitchiness from Nerf Hunter at the end there, but still was not nearly enough to take down the Epik Gamer.
No, Epik Gamer just did so well into that fight, literally making sure that they were going to lose anything. If they lose themselves, they were going to lose their bottom inhibitor turret, pop speed, their Nexus turrets as well. So it was a bad trade no matter what Hypebeast was going to be in. And truthfully, I think Hypebeast is just a little on edge again playing against Epik Gamer. That's a really different thing as well because Epik Gamer is a pretty known well commodity per se, but also Hypebeast probably a newer team per se. I mean, Firmi are Legendary. They're definitely solo queue players that are on the feature list, but I mean overall, I feel like Hypebeast just a little off the game today. We'll see in game 2 if they can finish up and try to get this series tied up 1-1.
0-0-16 on the Mandan at the end of it. The only death Kha'Zix actually took was at the end, but again, too little, too late. So really well played from them. I'd be a little nervous playing against some of these, well-known legends as well. But that's going to be game number 1, which means we're going to swap it around, look for the game number 2, see if Hype City can actually shake off the nervousness and come back for a game number 3. I'm the FourCourtJester. With me is the L3 IRD. Thank you so much for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 2 will be coming up momentarily as soon as Riot puts it on.